in here would be dead by now.
I mean, yeah, that's a fair assumption. It's a big pool and no one is feeding it great white sharks daily, but it really wouldn't be a Jurassic Park movie without humans making bad decisions. Oh, you're just talking about yourselves. Gotcha. That's a pretty funny and good way of easing us back into Jurassic World. Just some teeth and a light going out. Always holding the reveals close to the chest. It adds to the monster movie type tension that we've come to love. Let's admit that this dude is acting like an idiot on an island. He should be terrified of anything that moves. But they clearly all went there thinking,
Anything in here would be dead by now.
so I'll give him just the tiniest of skin of his teeth passes. Being chased by Rexy will turn anyone into an action hero. And a solid addition to the Jurassic Park cold open finales. Well, now that's an epic title card worthy of dinosaurs. Just so we're clear, Isla Nublar has always had a volcano on it. It erupting, however, is a good way of promising us that it's not going to just be a nostalgia train for every movie with Jurassic in the title, even if this one is guilty of that. That's some low-hanging fruit movie.
Magnificent, glorious dinosaurs to be taken out by the volcano.
Jeff Goldblum is always a win. So some of the callbacks to previous films can be a little eye-rolly, but this one is done deliberately to re-establish our character. We start on Claire in an elevator again, wearing heels again, but in Jurassic World, she's calm and collected, hair down, just a typical put-together business person. In Fallen Kingdom, it's a deliberate false comparison. She's no longer in her high-tech lab, the elevator is broken, her hair is up, and she's disconcerted, maybe even frazzled by what she's seeing on her phone. Also, carrying coffee for her staff shows she's a little more down to earth.
Do you have kids? An entire generation has grown up in a world where dinosaurs are living and breathing, but soon they're gonna have to watch them go extinct. Or not.
Negotiation skills that fall in line with what Claire learned from the last movie. You know, kids are all right.
You wanted someone young and idealistic to spend his fortune, and I used to be both.
Now I think I'm willing to murder someone. I think. I don't know. We'll just have to see. Hey, at least he warned us all he was evil.
Life teaches us some very hard lessons.
And sometimes Vulcans teach us some very hard lessons. Or humans from the future, whatever. Give me that desk. I take it back. Give me that land and view. I still thank God for Chris Pratt. Little expectation subversion. You think you're about to see a cliche moment of these two reconnecting when actually it's about how they broke up.
Your skin looks nice.
Compliments, but also wouldn't that be more appropriate from this guy?
Come on, you're a better man than...
Love this camera movement away from Claire as if widening the gap between them as they hit this impasse.
Whoa, whoa.
Clearly, baby raptors are a wife win.
I rode my motorcycle through the jungle with a pack of raptors.
We're not compatible.
Intuition? Ha, he didn't exist IRL, but they had one in the park. So it makes sense to honor the Newman killer.
Queen's English girl. Bath. Bath.
This takes on a whole new meaning when you realize she's trying to make her exactly like the original she's a clone of for Lockwood's sake.
All the way through the Cretaceous to the Jurassic in one day.
At least they're finally acknowledging that they put a bunch of Triassic, Jurassic, and Cretaceous dinos together in Jurassic Park. Mesozoic Park doesn't have quite the same ring to it. A lot of us are still jaw-dropped in awe of the stunning cliffs and waterfalls for the 5th time because we can appreciate beauty in the world. Especially beauty you can't just get anywhere, like erupting volcanoes. Ha! Her boots still have heels.
The T-Rex would be dead by now, right?
Take a caveman that would have lived 20 years. Feed him prime meals, give him health care.
Oh, she'd be dead by now.
Optimism, but also enjoy the nod to the fact that Rexy is the eternal T-Rex. Aw, Margaritaville didn't make it. It is genuinely insane how fast Mother Nature takes back the land when it's not being controlled, so I'd say the greenery is right on course.
She's beautiful.
Beautiful shot that pulls at the nostalgia strings with an undercurrent of mourning in that Jurassic Park theme. But also love this little addition of the Brachiosaurus stepping on the rubble and her foot slipping off.
Be careful, okay?
If I don't make it back, remember, you're the one who made me come.
Emotional moment cliche dodge. So with that mirror shot and the fact that the Jeep is on its roof, I feel like this could be the same Jeep that almost killed Alan and the kids when it fell from the tree. Even the tire's been ripped off the rim. That would be less than encouraging. I'm sure that's fine, but have you seen your juicy biceps?
You shoot me, and that animal dies.
Paleo vet turns out to be a badass good girl. Ha, the reflection of the lava in his eye. Ingenuity. Hey, a baryonyx finally. Also appropriate reaction. I think it's safe to say that the filmmakers may have learned their lesson after the babysitter from last time. No need to just aimlessly kill innocent NPCs. As far as pure entertaining visuals go, this is about as much fun as you can have in a dinosaur movie. All kinds of different species stampeding together, fleeing a volcano with tiny humans in the middle just barely surviving. Dang, that Triceratops just laid that Carnotaurus out. I swear, Rexy just loves humans, and I think we can all thank this man. Oh, you've gotta love how that shockwave explosion clearly messed with Rexy's hearing. So, if that's supposed to be a pyroclastic flow, all those dinos and Owen are toast. So I'm just gonna say that it's smoke since they all survive. There, fixed it. And if you don't like that, he's half planet, so of course he can deal. You know how I feel about long takes. This one is no different. An engaging and immersive way of pulling you into the terror of being trapped in a sinking glass ball for 2 minutes. Cool, torturing innocent animals. Enjoy your brutal death later. No. Not nope, no. Too far, movie. Too far. Not cool. Headcanon is that she left the dock, swam over to a nice, safe, lava-free spot to live out her days in peace. See? Plenty of non-lavad spots. She's fine. They're all fine. You made me feel things. Cheaply, but still things. We'll call it even. And I'll give you the most reluctant win back for a gorgeous shot in an emotional moment.
Thanks to Owen Grady's research, it follows human command.
Believe it or not, there's actually just a little bit of real science to back that up. Epigenetics deals with certain genes expressing themselves because of particular stimuli, such as taking commands from a human. And it's not too much of a stretch to say that scientists who were able to impossibly extract dino DNA from ambered mosquitoes could also isolate those genes. And then having Blue mother the Indo could have those genes express themselves as well.
Call it the Indoraptor.
Because what's scarier than a Rex? A raptor. The sheer size and power of that foot crushing metal. Yep. Jumping through a T-Rex mouth has to be on some Jurassic Park movie bucket list. Good, because we didn't already feel bad enough for Blue. This is really where that wife win was solidified. Worth another. It's Mystery Date Guy, still bad, being a bad guy.
Needs a mother! Empathy, obedience, everything the prototype you have now is missing.
Nice little hint that the evil version they made is a prototype. Without our moms, we're all just a bunch of unstoppable killing machines. Yes, now this is the kind of nope we're here for. Politeness. Wesker, you on that chip?
I want you to call the police.
So here's the thing. You're probably thinking, this guy is evil. We've seen him do this.
I said not now!
You can't trust him to surrender, but most of us don't assume the rest of us are capable of murder. In movies, sure, but in real life, murder isn't done so lightly. Just in case you're wondering how they found them, this guy did a double take as they drove by and then reached for his two-way. He wasn't even subtle about it, just casually grabbed his wrist. Slight, tiny bit of comeuppance. Okay, well now that's some resourcefulness and ingenuity.
Want a baby Triceratops.
Yeah, who doesn't want a baby trike?
Will he be joining us?
That's very unlikely.
Death usually precludes making an appearance.
And then you see the first one alive.
All right, gosh, I feel for the dinosaurs. You win, movie. Hey, that's using your noggin. Can't take showmanship away from Arnim Zola and Potter. He's the guy that's trapped inside the cookie from the Black Mirror episode White Christmas. You know, the one with Don Draper. Jokes get funnier the more words you need to explain them, right? Also, anyone else notice the fixation on dinosaurs in silhouette and shadow?
What is that thing?
It's blue, but actually yellow. Also, it has historically accurate featherish things. So there's that. The more fake you get, the realer? I see Owen's time as a space pirate is finally paying off. It's funny, clearly the Indoraptor is meant to look evil, but I also feel like Rexy was a little evil looking in Jurassic Park 1. And now we all love her. Perception is your reality, Alright, Owen, that was a pretty brutal clothesline. I hadn't really noticed before, but you've again got to give Mills and Eversol props for presentation with that floor lighting. I think even Megamind would be proud. I'm sorry, but are vice grips really the best teeth pulling tool? You want constant controllable pressure, not locking pressure that would probably crack a tooth if set too tight. It does kind of give an allusion to a creepy backstory where he keeps his victims' teeth, and for some reason he used those vice grips the first time, and oh, it's just because he's Buffalo Bill. This is not the first time I've used goodbye horses in a video. Just saying. Say what you will about the smile, this is not some super extraordinary level of intelligence. James Gumb shot him twice, acted surprised when he didn't go down, raised his gun, and then the Indy 500 played dead so he didn't get shot again. The idiot human is the one who decided to become a snack. brutal and also comeuppance.
You two, you can deserve each other.
Did he just censor himself? Self-censoring.
There's a sock drawer in there.
You what?
Saving your coworker. Those little shudders. One of the better Jurassic Park cat and mouse scenes. But also dinosaurs having opposable thumbs makes them much more terrifying. Oh, that's brutal. Love. Again. Well, there's a fun camera movement that makes you feel like the blood is rushing to your head. A shadow you think belongs to the horse turns into the Indoraptor. Going back to the terrifying/horrifying roots of little monster creeping. Look out to the rescue! A for effort, Blue, but you're really not helping. Well, Claire's just badass good girling it up again. Whoops. Blue. Sometimes being the little guy pays off.
You good? Yeah. You? Nope.
Honesty all around.
They're alive. Like me.
Aw. Yeah, this is a tough one. I'm not like a vegan activist, but no one likes to see animals suffer. And the connection between her being property as a clone and the animals would make her want them to live. Comeuppance. Also, you might be wondering how the T-Rex, the shaking water cup T-Rex, snuck up on Mills. Well, it's been theorized that because these huge animals have such high caloric energy needs, chasing their prey for long distances was out of the question, so they would have evolved to be sneaky and catch their prey by surprise. Thus, bye-bye Mills. Oh, brutal. But glad to see the T-Rex and the Carnotaurus working together for the greater good. Also, I feel like there's a parallel with the goat from the first movie. Also, yup. Love you, bro, but I'm good. Also, yup. Let's just say that if Jurassic World 3 isn't some kind of pseudo-post-apocalypse with dinosaurs having taken over the world and Claire fully embracing a Sarah Connor persona, we'll have words. Anyone else feel a little bad for Blue? Isn't that like the buddy call? She doesn't have any buddies. Just a buffet in suburbia. Oh, right, yeah, no, she'll be good. There are worse predators in Vegas. Also, Jurassic World 3 Rexy Takes Vegas could be a fun film. I like this movie. You'll notice in my videos that I generally refrain from talking about whether movies are good or bad, and that's because I don't think entertainment value, which is a lot of what my channel is about, can be judged objectively. Screenplays, acting, plotting, lighting, filming, all that stuff can be judged objectively. But usually I just don't see the point, especially if something was entertaining in spite of any potential objective failures. There are things that you can point to in this film that don't work, but none of them hurt its entertainment value for me. And I'm not saying don't judge a film by those things, I'm just saying that's not what I'm doing here with this channel. I think the film's biggest problem is that it feels like two different movies. That also doesn't really bother me because I happen to enjoy both, and an entire movie on the island waiting for it to explode could have been boring and even more of a Lost World rehash. And the monsters in the mansion was just too small scale to work as an entire summer blockbuster film. But both parts serve the other and are entertaining in their own rights. I won't deny it feels like it was just a huge setup for Jurassic World 3 Rexy Does Vegas, but it was a fun ride either way. One thing that is tough with the plotting of this movie is that a lot of the wonder is gone. Everything is so dire by design, probably because they're trying to end this era. Even the moments that would have just had you grinning ear to ear in the past now have a slight sour feeling to them. These movies always come back to the ethical and moral questions about cloning dinosaurs. I've seen a few people upset that while the question has been answered in previous films, not only do they pose the question again, it even seems like Claire and Owen are on the wrong side this time. So first, Fallen Kingdom actually presents a new question. Yes, everyone agrees we should not have created dinosaurs. Dr. Malcolm was correct. But now that it's done, what is our responsibility? And that's a more complex discussion, especially as we move further into the area of gene splicing and cloning. Claire's path through the last film was learning to see the dinosaurs as more than numbers on a spreadsheet. To abandon that undoes her arc. And Owen originally says let them die. Actually, multiple times he says that.
Well, yeah.
His personal, even familial relationship with Blue eventually supersedes what he knows to be right. But I can't blame him. I don't care how many people say my girl is capable of killing. I'm gonna save her from a volcano. And then, even in the end, Owen is against letting them out and Claire doesn't push the button. So they make the right choice. The ideas are never completely fleshed out. Sometimes plot can get in the way of theme, but I never needed them to answer the questions anyway. In all honesty, they shouldn't try because it's not as simple as some of the arguments made in this film. But at its heart, it's still a monster movie and they do a pretty good job of embracing just that. The CGI models mixed with practical effects, including animatronics, blend together better than ever before. The dinosaurs are gorgeous and have a sense of tangibility that I hate and love at the same time. You can't deny that the film is beautiful overall and that the set pieces are well made. I mean, I guess you can, but you'd be wrong. Everything is shot in an eye-pleasing way, framing and composition will surprise you throughout. The tense scenes are adequately tense on paper. The biggest problem is that there's very little characterization behind a lot of the scenes. Everyone just sort of bounces from set piece to set piece, and there's little impact on their personalities or relationships. But even to compare it to Jurassic Park 1, the characterizations are pretty surface level. It's never really been about the humans.
Let's go, Beefcake.
But it doesn't take much to help us connect, which makes these beasts all the scarier. I'd still recommend this film with the caveat that if you don't like dinosaurs in action, why are you asking about this movie? But if you like those things and some relatable people, just go watch Jurassic Park 1. And while you're at it, you should check out my buddy Garrick's Wormuloid over at Aliens Guide, since he's discussing Jurassic Park right this very second. Aliens Guide is a channel that takes the perspective of an alien from the future, going back through our movies, TV shows, and pop culture to look for the deeper meanings and really uncover what these pieces of art are trying to say. It's hilarious, informative, and like me, they love to celebrate these films' accomplishments while acknowledging their weaknesses. I know all of you will enjoy it. So check out his Jurassic Park video and let him know I said hi. Link is in the description.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Is it in my mouth? Did it get in my mouth? You sure? You're good.